it's almost inappropriate at this point to not use each other's first names. So
yeah, I don't know why. As soon as I said it, I was like, that felt weird.
Yeah, that's workplace harassment. Iberian Soul holding on strong. Saucel up close with the dualies, and that's already the first kill. A smoke to try and dissuade them, and it'll do wonders. That's some good damage by Sidodo. He's gonna ensure that they're sent packing.
It's left them just chasing their tails a little bit. Running out of options. They're being closed in here too.
30 seconds and a beautiful crossfire being set up. It really seems unlikely unless they can instantly start hitting the nail on the head. Sidodo just meant to be essentially bait. It's just going to be fake reality. Hang on. Okay, the flank pretty much gets it done. We can hear you. It's really hard to concentrate. Some really nicely timed kills. You see that? NAVI cuts them off with a Molotov. Yeah. Got support from Mofog. Saucel's there as well. And yeah, this trifecta of utility and 3 players watching middle, there's no way you're getting past that.
This is a buy round, by the way. This has just been an absolute stomp. On a bonus for Iberian Soul as well. Not a single player falling. The MP9's upgrading to the AKs. There are 4 of them as they come into round number 4.
It's mostly been mixed lineups that are quite formidable.
They kind of got a little bit smoked in the major and came last. I didn't realize that either. They went 0-3.
Hang on. Did they not?
Yep, nope, they got smoked.
Oh, damn.
Yep, we're just trolling. Sorry, guys.
Ah, my bad.
Still, they made the major.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you get there is enough, right? But yeah, you're right. I don't know. My brain's not working.
One of those days. We're chilling. Okay, well, fake reality's fallen early again. I think Sabre are just bashing their head against the wall here. Nothing working early on, but decent timing out of Nita. That's actually going to blow the ace site wide open. Traffic behind this smoke doesn't feel like he can do a whole lot. He's here by himself. They've got the man advantage. So for him to sort of dive at the bottom site and try and deny this plant would be a little foolish. Needs to wait for the pieces to get into place. Now they'll play for the retake. But this is the best chance Sabre have had at a round win so far.
Here it comes. Got to hold off against 3. At least there's a 2-man crossfire set up. No, Alex puts down both. But there's still Nader to get past. Holds down Mouse 1, trying to find him. He's shot on the fadeaway.
Oh my God.
And he's managed to get 3, but just can't get them off of the bomb. Can't really hate him for that effort, because there's 4 barrels that he's there staring down at, but my oh my, did it get close, and you're right, that was the closest chance they had to a round, but Iberian Soul has snatched it away.
Found 4 kills in that round, but nobody else could inflict extra damage, and really feels like the only one that's really doing anything here. You've got 3 players still with 0 frags. Iberian Soul have been relatively untouched until that round right there. Nita wants to continue that form. Big pickup. Alex only good for the one on the spray, and I don't think it was on the intended target. Here comes the retake again. Ooh. Another good chance here for them. His position.
Yeah. Oh? He doesn't get away with a freebie, and that's a big issue. Look, the highest HP player is stuck behind a smoke, and that...
Oh, wow.
My goodness, Nader really played that one well. He realized he had to make the commitment, right? If he lets it go, then... Okay, apparently that's allowed. Very nicely done by Sabre, but it did come a little bit close. And I want to see if they can continue the streak. Of course, it's going to be pretty stacked from the Iberian side.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot to break their money stat with a big opening as well. Remember, everybody's only died 2 or 3 times with a 4-man save in the last. Cash still thriving. Alex a little over aggro with the advantage. Ends up gifting it right back, but damage still being dealt and straight into the funnel.
Oh?
They go, but a team kill, and now we're in a 1v1.
Femi's actually expecting it.
God.
Oh, that is disgusting from Svemi. You cannot fall on the mechanic side of things.
Yeah,
He's got to
pretty
hit
much.
that first shot.
And wherever the hell that team kill came from didn't do him any favors either.
Okay, Nader. Steps things up. The Dodo. Clothesline at the ready. Needs to hit his shots. Ooh, having a particularly warm day for the AWP. And Alex will be caught. The Dodo wanting to make sure that he's not caught from behind. Pulls out the USB. Did he see a little bit of the elbow? I think he might not have, and he's not ready for it. Davig has to back off now. That's his only option.
Oh, wow.
That is one way to do it.
Worth its weight in gold here for both teams, but I think Sabre looking to just try and keep up this momentum. They've got tons of cash, so if they do lose it, they can buy again in the next. After the 5-0 lead and just how dominant things were, I wasn't expecting things to tie up like this. Davig wants to make sure that they're not tied at the halfway point. Big early pick, and it'll just slip away.
I think Hodix might be able to get something as well. Holding the line, but isn't going to be given any fish to bite on just yet. Saucel in the back of the site. This Molotov actually acts as faux cover. They're not going to expect him.
Oh.
There it is. That's the first. Low HP on the second. Spray transfer continues. Doesn't quite nail it, but it's enough damage to finish off the Morcells with his USB. And Iberian Soul have outlasted Sabre. Utility about to come through, 50 seconds, so Sabre don't really have too many more options to run back over to. It'll be really hard to start retaking control of the map on a map like Ancient. 40 seconds, time sticking, Mopaz needs to be good, flashbang is perfect, both swing out together, Sights and Chaos, but it's coming out on top for the CTs, and it's a fantastic spray from Davig to get both down.
That's
yeah, as armored as they are, that is the best option, right? There it comes. Util out. Molotov to the back as well. Jack is trying to run into the flames. That's an interesting choice. But from the back lanes, Saucel will still be shut down. Bombs down, but they have barely any space on the site. At least there's some fight back. Mopaz wanted to maintain control. They know there's one that can come through from Cave. The duel's overwhelmed. And there is no longer anything that Mopaz could have done.
Not being given any breathing room. Still looking fairly comfortable. 3 M4s, 2 MP9s. The flashes are good. Mopaz run down Nita. It's a messy fight, but it doesn't really matter. Full white screen, not a lot that can be done on the bomb site. It's being held down like a fortress. The 3v3 and a chance for the plant note to just be fate.
It's all down to the gunfights, right? There is a second player coming in through from Donut. Davig got to do a little bit more. No fades. MP9's perfect for this engagement. And there's a second player that's quite low, so Sodoto's going to have to watch out. Oh, did Davig find the timing? No, he didn't. He doesn't realize Fake Reality's right next to him.
Oh
but
my God, maybe
out,
he does.
Davig finds him. And remember, there's still a minute on the clock despite all the chaos because this round started early. So Emmy and Jackus have to try and get this 2v2 going. This could be a retake denied, but low HP on one member for either side, respectively. Davig has the audio cue, so Emmy circling around. How are they going to play this? There's no way. Jackus gets that for free. Tap on the bomb. Stodoto's too low to really do anything about it, and yeah, that's all she wrote.
I think they were really expecting either both to be coming in from CT or that second prong to challenge the Donut player.
Iberian Soul. They're struggling, but Davig has some answers. Not the solutions just yet, but ooh, that's a good double. And somehow, Sabre have allowed this to turn into multiple 1v1s. Thankfully, though, Hodix is going to keep a finger on the pulse. It's relevant. How the hell does Mopaz get here? I couldn't tell you, but that does mean that there is going to be a blue ball plan. Ouch!
Oh,
what a shot.
Filthy. All right, well, fourth time's the charm, I guess.
Sabre has had some really good flashes from individuals, but on a team level, Iberian Soul are still looking a little bit better. They are rough around the edges, don't get me wrong, but... Oh?
God.
Okay,
That
you don't see that too often.
is disgusting. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And just putting that rifle into the best possible position, right? Trying to get it activated. Unfortunately, Mopoz's weapon won't be retrievable anytime soon, but an opportunity for Svemi to still do some lifting. I'm not sure he'll expect another one tucked in the corner on Red Room. Oh no, swaps to the pistol. Oh, does sort of semi-clear it, but he's actually dropped the rifle back to Jacast, so still an opportunity for this to do damage. And the 5-7 will follow up as well.
Hodix knows that there's one player that's quite low, so he's going to want to swing for the fences. Doesn't realize that it's not Alex. Instead, his teammate's already backed off because he knows he's got low health. Got to be careful with every engagement, especially if we look over towards middle. There's an engagement about to happen in Red Room, and that duel can change everything. It's all about who wins out of Jackas and Saucel, which opens up things for the other team. Oh, Saucel, great shot despite Jackas being on the angle.
There's just so much pressure on for you to be quicker there when you don't have Kevlar, right? No.
This is doable, you know? There's not much HP left, and with 20 seconds, one of them has to commit to the bomb. Nader recognizes this perfectly, and he's going to swing out. Here's the audio cue. He can isolate them into 2 1v1s if he would like to do so, and what a flick! To allow both, a little bit of BM shooting the bodies, and Sabre will be able to get their 9th off of Nader. Yeah, I don't think they were expecting this kind of pushback. Svemi, I think a really deep angle. Don't really see that too often. For the counter as well, Hodix knows exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, Sabre getting Expiratory in A main, so everything seems to be going the way of the underdog. Hodix found. Saucel still wants to make sure that this tug of war isn't going to be an easy affair. And A-Site's actually been taken control of. Now, this is a very conservative way for Sabre to be playing this, considering the fact that they're all the way pushed into A main. Now they're essentially playing an advanced retake.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering where that mid player eventually slots in, because his encounter is supposed to be with the CT player. They're never going to meet. Molotov impedes their progression. Bomb already halfway takedown. This needs to be perfect from Davig. There it is. That's the first. He's got to watch out for Donut as well. Will he get support? Whilst being on the angle is good enough. And Iberian Soul, that's a round that they shouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah, that feels really half-assed from Sabre. I'm not sure why they haven't just pulled the trigger on that a little bit earlier. They had the pincer in Donut. Didn't even want to take the fight with Mopoz. We get a little sort of teaser of it at the end, but it's too late. Just showing, yeah, well, of course the M4 prevails against that MAC-10.
Just a little bit earlier on the trigger, as you talked about. You're right.
I think a lot of it is Davig's incendiary there, though. It's so well timed. They're waiting for the smoke to fade, and they're thinking, okay, well, we have to be quick, but we'll wait for the smoke to fade. And then as soon as he throws that incendiary, they haven't got a smoke to extinguish it. They have to wait it out, and that's it. They realize they haven't got time on this anymore. Big push into the site, double on the return, but South Soul's entry will at least merit them some room for a bomb plant. It's just a bad MAC-10 spray, and it's all on to Stad.
He needs to get 3 players in 3 different angles, already losing most of his HP, and he never even sees his assailants.
A round win would give the opportunity for that sniper. He can just snatch it off a Hodix. Look at the position of South Soul. This is huge.
Oh yeah, he's in the back lines, and he might be able to get a bit more. Just holding the line would be good enough, but he is going to give his life up to make reality. Jackas on the angle. Watches Cave, catches the first player pouring out. It's still a 3 versus 3 though, so very doable for both parties involved. A little bit of damage. Can he get them off the bomb? No. Jackas, though, is going to be able to find Davig despite the fact that he's flashed. 2 versus 3. 2 of the players quite low on the CT side, so there could be some fight back coming through from the T's. Alex, a brilliant shot on the second, and Hodix is forced to cower and run for the hills. Iberian Soul. Swing from Nader is everything. It's Sabre. They've just had God's work be done by Nader. Davik, though, he's still trying to recover. Caught by Codex on the retreat. Also wanted to play up close and personal. But the MP9's always reigning supreme in that fight any day of the week.
They might have just found it. Flashbang in. Alex stays touched. Nobody makes any noise. Nobody spams. Now the util will reign over. They'll at least be able to get a plant out of this.
I really like how Sabre actually played this. They played conservative. They know that there's no utility that they're going into this with, which means that long-range engagements will be possible with pretty much no cost to Sabre. They lose one player.
2 Galils, 3 Tech 9s. It did get them a plant in the last, but not a whole lot more. They know. Let's go for a different approach here at the 23rd. Svemi scores first blood. He's got support there with him in the red room as the fire's at his feet. But he doesn't care. Toasty toes are no problem for him. As Mopos is left for the 1v4. The Sabre show all the way. Nita has had a wonderful game, but his teammates have stepped up alongside him. Mopos, that first piece, the final piece to fall. As Sabre will take map 1 here in the series.
Very, very convincing victory for Sabre after the first 5 rounds, to be honest, because you've got to remember that, like, I have a bit of a recency bias here, right? Because they get those first 5 rounds. I think that is one of the biggest advantages that Sabre can have still, is the fact that they get to start on the offense. While you're warm, while you're feeling good about that previous game, you can still take some of your momentum to a very advantageous side. Ooh, hang on. It's actually the other way around. My bad.
Wow. Okay. Jackass at the back of the site. Called upon, but does not deliver. And a 4v2, Iberian Soul make light work of this Sabre defense. And yeah, I mean, it's really difficult to get that T-sided AWP activated here on Inferno. CT side perhaps a little bit easier. Right here, Nita and Svemi actually want to have a crack at this. Surely no chance they can breach this B-bomb site. They're just going to start to slip away. Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, but surely there's no conversion, right? Because there's not enough, there's not a kit available. And yeah, that's it. I will say, I got a little gaslit by the HUD, and the reason for that is that I didn't even double check the names on either side. I simply looked at the scoreboard, simply because if this is Iberian Soul's map pick, Sabre get to pick the side, right? But now they've brought Codex over just to make sure that nobody can cross over, but it is eventually going to be that A-side push from Iberian Soul. Utility at the ready. Macten is about to pull through as well from Boiler. Svemi boosted up. It's going to be a difficult duel to take. Oh, have to fight 3 angles now.
God.
Nothing you can do off the top of the shelter, and that is a really good execution there from Iberian Soul.
Just an absolute clothesline there on the A-bomb site. Codex, one-sided stuff. The cast Nite yet to put a kill on the board. I expect to see that change soon, but... Oh. Quite.
Okay, a bit messy. Oh no, that is... that's insult to injury.
Been some magical deagle plays from this position in the past, but... The cast... Knowing that, yeah, the odds are against him, and with a slam dunk of an aid like that from Alex, he is out of commission just like that, 0-4. Iberian Soul want to make that the scoreline right here too. South lurking in the apartments. In the meantime, his teammates having a whole load of success here on B. This isn't a complete eco round for Sabre. They've got upgraded pistols. They've got the Kevlar behind it. They could really do with a bit of damage at the very least here. Nita wants to be the one to deliver it. Oh, it's Hodix instead.
Oh, that's really nasty. Nader makes the 5-7 work. Not really sure why he takes the liberty to go forward, but it's still a 1 versus 1. Stododo and Svemi up against each other. Long rotation all the way from CT. Gonna be a little while. The deep smoke also disincentivizes Svemi because now he has to be a little bit more meticulous with checking every single angle. And as he does, he's gonna have to give up the audio cue as well because he'll drop off the ledge. Now, Stododo knows exactly what's going on. He heard it. Al already switched over to the AK-47. Smoke deployed, kit not available, so it's going to be a difficult one. Oh, Stododo's caught! But it's a little too late on the timer, and he's going to have to back off. But man, if he had a kit right there, this would be a huge fumble from Stododo.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Sabre will have 3 defenders ready and waiting. Saucel has a really good angle if he does hold it. Nader waiting for a flashbang from a teammate. Hodix and Svemi doing some really good work. Nader still tucked into the bottom. Hodix a really good shot. And Stododo completely out of commission and about to receive a shot to the side of the head. That's not a good flash. That actually sabotages his own teammate. Stododo does have a chance now. Barrel spotted.
I mean, not that they didn't know where he was, but he's just about able to slip the net into short. HG.
Oh, great,
oh my
Nate.
God, that is beautiful. Bang on the money. I think it actually hits Stododo there before it explodes. That's how accurate that one was. Heat-seeking missile into short.
Oh, Hodix! He's gonna get caught out by the flying MAC-10, but he just about survives. And as he's on the fadeaway, he will be able to catch Alex. A 3 versus 3 as Iberian Soul have full control of the A-bomb site. Getting tucked into the positions as well. Trying to get an advanced rotation going as they try and cheat the smoke for a little bit. Maybe try and find something on the boost angle. Jackus going all the way around. There is one waiting for him, but that duel was crucial. That quickly shuts down any chances of Sabre for going for it. And they'll be backing off, tucking their tails, running for the hills.
Goes over to Sad. He'll be able to buy back up quite comfortably. A little bit crawl onto the chicken. It's okay. Barreling it into Banana, and it's a good start. Fake reality, dead without a blink.
Oh, good shot from Hodix. Definitely a little bit more activated right now than the opposing Opper. But the thing is, this time it almost feels like more of an Opper's playground, right? Sabre. 4-on-4 as they try and hold on to the A-bomb side. There's already a try defense at the ready. 3 different angles to find, but that's one of them gone. Jackus, as he tries to come on the retreat, isn't going to be able to find anything. Svemi will fumble his lines, and it's just Hodix remaining, the man who kicked things off with an opening for his team. Will have to be the closer, but closing this is an exercise in impossibility.
Especially with an AWP. You know, you got 2 players that are low, you start sort of teeing it up, going, oh, hang on a minute, but yeah, 0 chance with that big green. Did have a HE. If he'd have popped it on the site, Stad would have been history, and maybe a 2v1 could have ensued. Seems to be aware that South Soul's in on the flank to try and get rid of him. It's a very nice shot through the edge of the railings, just in pursuit of saving this sniper, though.
Okay, so when do we see a repeat of Ancient? Does that happen in this one?
You think it's coming?
No, I don't think so. Hang on. I was hopeful. I was hopeful that we would see a little bit more out of Svemi there. I just don't understand the decision to elect for the CT side. It just feels like almost a foregone conclusion now. It's one of the most T-sided maps in the game. I believe it might be the most T-sided. I have to double check, but
oh, it's surely not more than Anubis, really?
oh, you're right. My bad.
Definitely up there, though. Oh, Alex.
I think my brain just registers Anubis on like a whole different playground at this point.
Yeah, its own thing.
Oh,
it's a good nade as well. Yeah, just round after round, really struggling to grasp hold of this A site. Jacast dealt the finishing blow there by Gavik. Yeah, I'm not sure whether he would have clutched that either way, but it was filth.
Oh, good shot from Hodix. Might be opening things up. Opposite on the angle again.
Ooh.
It's a really nice two-piece there inside apartments. It's very difficult to deal with that.
It's 4 and 8. Jacast behind the smoke here on long, though. If he gets the right timing, might be able to put his first to the tally. There it is. Slips away before the firebomb reaches his feet, too. Yeah, that's perfect. He should be able to close this one out now, surely. Dink connected before Stan hits the shot. He'll be limping away.
To do everything here. Needs to pop out of apartments and find two individual duels. Oh, already gotten one.
Oh my god.
A second. Hang on. This is still doable. A double from the man is going to make it possible as he enters the site. And he only needs to find one more. Little smoke being deployed as well gives him a nasty little angle. Is he going to see it coming?
Wow.
And what a shot onto fake reality. The audio cue with the util is going to allow him to preemptively get his crosshair on arches.
A decent start, but we saw a decent start from Sabre in the last round. In fact, we saw a fantastic start. They were 4v2 and ended up choking it. Okay, back. Oh, wow. Back to evens. Back to it being in Iberian Soul's favor. It's just a carbon copy.
And now, regardless of what bomb site they rush into, right, they can still get a 3 versus 1 going on. They just need to time it very well. It's also out of the apartments. Might be able to get the drop on Hodix. Yes, he will. That's a couple of shots in the back. And Jackas can do nothing with this measly MP9. Double digits. Nice secured for Iberian Soul with Sabre having a singular round on the board. And even that wasn't super convincing. This is a completely different iteration of both teams compared to what we saw in Ancient. It was really nicely done by Sabre, and I think that energy that they haven't been able to carry that into the second map at all, and I can't help but wonder if they'd be feeling a little bit better if they started off on the advantageous side. Sabre wanted to soften the blow a bit, but Stododo is leaving no prisoners. Hodix exposes that he's only got the scout, so he will be rushed down. As some reinforcements coming through. Oh, actually. Flashbang to go through. Mopaz gets the opener. And yeah, this is already a done and dusted affair, Josh. I really don't expect any comebacks, no recoveries, no.
I think Sabre have just looked really uncomfortable here on this map. It's somewhat to be expected. It is one that they don't really play.
Sorry, did you see that rotation?
What about it?
Femi was in pit until the very end, as if this was destined to be a save of some sort.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Like
well,
that, you can tell that they are very uncomfortable on the season side of this map.
Yeah, something like that screams it, right? Not even sort of the awareness of this, you know, this is the final round of the half. We are obviously going for this. And the bomb's down on B, into the flames, needs to, oh God, takes so much damage in pursuit of just a sightline. Look, he's just giving it up. He's just giving up. He doesn't even want to swim for the fight, just throws his guns away. Maybe showing a sign of tilt as well here on Inferno. Sort of getting the troops rallied up again for a map 3, right? I think it can always be so demoralizing when you go into a game like this. You know, you lose 13-1 and then you've got to focus up again, even if it is a map that you're good on. We'll see. The teams
Iberian Soul, they know that they've got their names written all over this map. Sending it down with the dually Saucel getting real dirty. And it doesn't matter that Mopaz has died.
Oh.
Alex is doing God's work as he cleans up the B-bomb site with no issues whatsoever. Jack is in a 1v4. About to be flanked. He's the one that was carrying the util, and now he's going to carry the burden of death as Alex cleans up.
Wow. Okay, well, if it wasn't a done deal before, it certainly is now. Well, you know, the favourites, the better team in this series. Let's not beat around the bush, but Anubis up next.
Not sure if they can really delay the inevitable. Well, they might be able to, but the inevitable will stay the way it is. 11 rounds in a row is seeming like an impossibility, you're right.
Kind of scared by Dekast's position here. They're creeping up through the apartments. They don't think that a flank could come this late. Southsalt periodically entertaining the idea of it, but Hodix has found first blood on the site. Mopos doubling down, but there's that pincer from short. Nita follows up. Davik has to pull the plug, and okay, Sabre will delay the inevitable. They'll take a round with the Tech-9s that they really had no business in winning.
Could be one of the psychological things that go into the rest of the series, but yeah, this does seem like a done deal, right? Are there going to be any more delays, or do we just see this end right here? False audio cue from Alex signifies that he's on the bomb site itself, so that's what they're going to want to check first. Flashbang into CT. Here they come. Alex is ready, but fake reality will put him in the ground. Flank's already brewing. They're quite advanced in Banana, Josh.
Okay. Snappy retake. They'll be hot on their heels. These jaws are important, though. They will go their way. Fake reality. Now cuts off one of the heads. That's the Banana Man and Southsalt. 1v2. Now knows that there is zero chance in this. They've got him locked in as well. They know he didn't have time to escape. They would have seen him. Just tucking away. This. Try and keep him confined. Southsalt. He doesn't have a kit, so no shenanigans here, but
he wants to keep them on the side. I really respect that.
They'll escape. Lucky. Goes down with the ship. Sabre hold on for a little bit longer.
I'm not going to cross my fingers until we see at least 6 rounds. Oh no, this is going to be a disaster. Svemi is able to get a double, but with Stad having the cognizance to run away instead of keeping the fight up, he's going to be able to buy a little bit more time for the rotations. Flashbang is good as well to impede their inevitable progression. Nade, however, does chase him down, but it's still not enough to get the kills. To Dodo, just by virtue of staying alive, he has made this round a whole lot more doable for Iberian Soul. Now 2v1, Jackus has to get an incredible clutch to make it happen. Not having the best of performances in this game. Could redeem himself. They know exactly where he is. They can zero in on his position after those audio cues. The fact that he got the bomb plant. Coming in from short. Up close. 1v1 offered, but Iberian Soul will get it nice and easy. A 13-4 finish. And a not quite the expected result after what we saw from Sabre in the previous one.
The man advantage. They're going to try and work into B.
A 5v4 retake means that Sabre have way too many angles to be ready for, and this flashbang's not going to make anything easier. Davik caught in the back. Before I can really finish any of my sentences, they've already finished up their meals. Iberian Soul, it's a 5v1. Alex trying to be a nuisance. Get them off the bomb, but yeah, that's pretty much an exercise in impossibility.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Nicely done. Sabre. Have to back off.
Nobody, in fact, sorry, one helmet on Hodix, everybody else without. Now, that's not normally a big problem when you're against the T side, but considering Alex and Davig have both got M4s, it does become a little bit of an issue. South Salt will take the first. It's Nita to hit the dink. That's where the helmet comes in handy.
Yeah, so Dodo hitting his shot as well. Opening kill for him in the game. Ooh, Hodix. A little too far forward, expecting them to turn the flash, but they just hold it down. Fake Reality and Jack is stuck. One of them should be history in just a moment as Jack is that's gone. And Fake Reality, nowhere to be found.
He's got his wish. He's finally able to upgrade off of that MP9, but... Oh, yeah, was aware of the second. Gives it a little jiggle before committing to the fight. Opportunity for another. Sees the shadow. Gets the early warning call, but yeah, no chance at this round. This has been another one where they've done a lot of damage prior to Fake Reality, and the kills, finally. They do leave a mark, but it is going to be Iberian Soul to just pick up another. They're making light work of this.
Oh, it's just because I got a pop-up from some dropshipping website where, like, it's very clearly Pokemon plushies, but they just give them different names. Like, if it's a Cyndaquil, it's just going to say something like Fire Hedgehog.
Okay.
The one for Slowpoke is really funny. It just says Stupid Bastard.
You can have that one for Christmas.
I hope so.
I'm a Ditto enjoyer. I have a Ditto tattoo on my arm. I know. I'll regret it when I'm 50. Oh, well.
I wish I could punish myself for glossing over this round, but we really didn't miss much because Iberian Soul, they've been keeping the storyline consistent. If only Sabre could make like a Ditto and turn into whatever the hell they were in the first map.
The winning team. They just morph into 13 rounds.
It's the classic. Just win. Just click it.
Other answer. Again,
still cracking up thinking about Slowpoke's name, man. I think it's like a weird direct translation from a different language because, you know, Slowpoke is just like, it's just a metaphor for saying that someone's dumb.
Right. Oh? What just happened?
I don't know.
They just, both Iberian Soul players just disconnected.
Welcome back, everybody. I regret to inform you that the game has been unfortunately forfeited because if you were watching a little bit while earlier, all the players from Iberian Soul did in fact disconnect. And the reason for that is that there was a blackout that recently affected Spain and Portugal, which was caused by a fire in southern France. And this is just the information I'm reading that has been provided to me. It was a fire that has damaged a crucial high voltage line, which means that there is a disconnection of the Iberian Peninsula from the European power grid, which means that there are power outages and Iberian Soul can unfortunately not field their roster for the game. It's a bit sad, to be honest, because it does mean that Iberian Soul, like in a game that, you know, it did kind of feel like they were just going to win it anyway because of how dominant they were. They weren't able to get it done, which is also why it was really important for them to get it done in 2 bites, right? Like, you never know what happens on map number 3. Now, obviously, this was a bit far-fetched. I didn't expect there to be like a nationwide power outage.
Yeah.